Before that, we take a look at the current situation at Crystal Palace, who already in January seemed doomed to drop into the second division. Yesterday, they played Stoke City at Selhurst Park, and the Palace fans were given a chance to voice their views to Alan Parry, who reports on the game and about the fortunes of the club.
The return of Malcolm Allison was welcomed by the majority of Palace supporters. But the crisis at Selhurst Park grows deeper every week. Never before has a club in Palace's position at this stage of the season managed to avoid relegation. Supporters' concern when Palace leased a large section of their ground to a supermarket chain has been heightened by speculation that they may be leaving Selhurst Park altogether. And the confusion surrounding Ernie Whalley, promoted to manager, then asked to make way for Allison just a few weeks later, increased suspicions that all is not well behind the scenes. The Palace fans have seen the departure of popular players like John Burridge and Kenny Sansom, and read the stories of dressing room discontent. And not surprisingly, they want to know what's going on.
Too much trouble going on behind the scenes which the public don't know about.
Have you tried in any way to find out?
Well, not really. I think it's all done behind closed doors, unfortunately.
I should like the supporters to be told what is going on rather than read it in the papers and hear it on TV. I think we are entitled to know. It's our money that's helping to run the club. And as I say, I'd like to see some effort put into it. I don't think there's enough effort going into the team as such at the moment. I think they're all undecided what's going on, the same as the supporters.
At the moment, there's talk of going to Gatwick Airport, merging with other clubs, and no one really knows what's going on. What I think we really want is some kind of long-term policy.
Last season, Palace were at the top of the first division. Last season was based on the first half of the season was great. The second half was a disaster. And if we'd have had that form all through the season, we'd have been relegated last season, I think. So this is something that goes back a long way before Malcolm Allison got here.
I think probably we'll go down in the second division and Malcolm will build us up from there. Well, I hope he does.
I never liked Allison as a manager. He's a good coach, but he's not a manager.
I don't think there's a better coach than him in the country. Then perhaps I'm prejudiced, because I've always liked Mel.
I haven't got any illusions, and I'll be going to Middlesbrough, for example, in 2 weeks with a handful of others, hoping to hell that we stay up.
Won't you get behind Malcolm Allison now that he is here?
No, not me personally. I'll still support the team, but not Malcolm Allison.
What is it about him that you don't like then?
Well, it's his attitude. I reckon he's like, just in it for the glamour, personally.
So a mood of anger and discontent from many supporters. But at least the match against Stoke provided some early encouragement. So Jim Cannon, the Palace number 5, coming forward. He's just inside the Stoke City goal area for this corner. And the header by Boyle. And what a start for Crystal Palace. As the corner was floated over from the right, the Stoke defence were distracted by the presence of Cannon, and Boyle was completely unmarked. Well, Palace grew in confidence from that fine start, and first Hinchelwood, then Cannon from the rebound, might have put the game beyond doubt. But possibly the best opening fell to 20-year-old Les Carter, making his first team debut. Seeley battled to win the ball on the right, but Carter failed to take advantage. The major talking point in the first half, though, was the sending off of Stoke midfield player Paul Richardson. He first upset the referee with this tackle on Jerry Francis. So the yellow card for Richardson, and just before half-time, the same player sinned again. Watch here on the right of your screen as Francis plays the ball away. Richardson comes in late, and referee David Letts really had no option but to send Richardson off. Mr. Letts was a busy man. He also showed the yellow card 5 times. Well, despite being reduced to 10 men, Stoke looked more dangerous in the second half. It'll reach Hampton. That's dangerous. Evans! Oh! Chapman under the rebound. But that shot from Evans was an absolute blockbuster and smashed the top of the crossbar and post. And Palace lucky to get away with it, but they might score at the other end with Seeley. Well, well, 10 seconds of action that's given us more excitement than anything that's gone before. So Malcolm Allison looked anxious as the game went into its closing stages. But he must have felt, as we reached the final minute, that both points were safe. So it looks now as though Palace might have held on. Ersom. But wait. Ooh, it could be an own goal, and it didn't have to be, because Doyle has made sure. And what a tragedy for Crystal Palace. Well, poor Terry Geno, who's played so well, a complete misunderstanding then with Billy Gilbert as the ball was floated in. It would have gone in anyway from Gilbert's header, but Doyle just made sure. So another valuable point has slipped away on another unhappy day for Palace. We told the chairman Ray Bloy and the manager Malcolm Allison that the fans had accused them of not communicating enough, but they still declined to be interviewed. And that refusal can surely only widen the rift as Palace face a long and difficult winter.
Well, it seems to me it wasn't all that long ago that Raymond Bloy and the board had everything going just right, and they were a club to be envied. And if they can get back to a similar situation again, relegation won't matter in the least. At the top of Division 2, they'll get bigger crowds and happier ones, and then bounce back again. And it can be done if the director's staff and players and the fans sort themselves out quickly and positively. At the moment, no one's gaining.